Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Community Church of Vero Beach. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all here today. We've had a wonderful weekend of ringing bells, lots of bells. We gathered here last night at 6 o'clock, rang to about 9 o'clock, came back this morning at 9 a.m., and have been ringing ever since. Now, I have to tell you about our wonderful clinician we've had this weekend, Mr. Bob. Now, this is fun. His last name's Avant, which is French, but he's from Texas, so it's Avant. I got that right? Bob has been a wonderful clinician this week, really teaching our groups how to play musically, perfecting techniques, and that kind of thing. It's been a great pleasure to have him in Vero Beach from Texas. Bob is the co-founder of the Austin Handbell Ensemble in Austin, Texas, which has been in existence for about 20 years, and also is the director of bells at Baylor University, and I forgot what city Waco, Texas, that's right. I don't know much about Texas, although I was just there for Christmas. Yeah, it was fun. It was cold. So today, we're going to open the concert with the Atlantic Ringers, our resident group here in Vero Beach, and then we'll be doing 5 pieces for you, 2 of them directed by Bob and then the other 3 by me, and then we'll have a brief intermission and have the mass ringing for you with over 50 ringers and close to 450 bells and hand chimes. So without further ado, please help me welcome Bob Avant to the podium. piece you heard was called Capriccio by Kevin McChesney. That is, we found out this weekend, was one of Kevin's first major pieces that he did when he was getting started as a composer for handbells. He had done levels 1, level 2 pieces, which are fairly easy and easy enough to pull off. This is getting into more advanced ringing, and he wanted to make a name for himself, and that he did. The next piece, we slow things down just a little bit with Anna Laura Page, who I just recently learned was good friends with members of our congregation here at Community Church, and with her arrangement of "'Tis a Gift to Be Simple." The next piece is called Gypsy Dance, also by Kevin McChesney. This is a sprightly little piece starting off in 3/4. with melody techniques in the bells as well as marts. That's what's fun about our handbell ensemble. This is really nothing but a big percussion ensemble. And the key to being successful is counting. They know that. So we use different techniques to be able to pull off different sounds from the bells. The first piece you heard, we did a lot of what we call marts, where we just take the bell and literally jam, to break their knuckles before they break the bell is the first rule. They take the bell and smack the table with it. And this thing will actually use mallets to strike the bells. Some thumb damping, which means they're going to put a thumb up on the bell, and they have to wear gloves, otherwise they have to polish the bells because they're brass and they're not lacquered. So therefore any little skin, oil, or whatever will tarnish the bells, and it's a pain to have to always do these. I'm rambling on to make sure they have plenty of time to get their bells situated, is why I'm talking to you like this. So, do they look like they're ready? Okay, here we go. Gypsy dance. As I set up for the next piece, Nocturne number 2 in C minor, this piece is actually composed by a friend and colleague here in the state of Florida, Michael Hellman, who actually lives over in the Fort Myers region of Florida. Help me again, once again, to welcome Bob Avant to the podium.
I should have said something at the beginning, but what a pleasure it has been to work with this group, short though it may be, and just a wonderful opportunity to bring that music out of the ink on the page, and they did a marvelous job. So flexible of a group. So thank you, and thank you, Ryan, for allowing me to work with them. Thank you so much.
They don't think I can do this. Really? Interesting. The next piece, the closing piece for the first set of the concert, is a wonderful gospel arrangement by, I forgot, Bruce Greer, featuring one of our own ringers on clarinet, Just a Closer Walk with Thee. And you should know a little something. That clarinet actually was Ginger's grandfather's clarinet. And unfortunately, he just recently passed away, but that clarinet dates back to 1936. So, actually, he played jazz, she said, every day of his life until he passed away. So, in honor of him, we had to bring that piece out. At this time, we're going to take a brief little intermission, and at that point, I'm going to tell you all about who's here today, but also I'm going to distract you so as you get into your wallets for the free will offering, you might grab something besides a $1 bill. We prefer a few zeros behind it if you got it, but we'll take whatever you can give. But anyways, as the mass ringers will make their way to the chancel, I want to welcome, and it's been a great pleasure to have my colleagues. Ushers, you can go ahead while I talk. Come on down, that's fine. And mass ringers, come on up, please. So, traveling from Jensen Beach, Florida, today we have the Wesley Ringers from Trinity United Methodist Church. They travel the farthest, I believe, but we have one other group. Eastminster Presbyterian from Indialantic Chamber Singer, Indialantic, Florida, is here with us. First United Methodist Church, right across the parking lot from Community Church, are with us today. Sebastian United Methodist Church. You see a lot of Methodist churches here today. It's a lot of you all. And also, we have First Presbyterian Church. There's about 45 ringers up here on the chancel, over 400 bells, and close to 400 hand chimes. Now, Bob is going to come make his way up here and keep them all together. Please help me welcome back Bob Avant to the podium.
Thank you again, and what a joy and privilege it has been to be in front of this collection of ringers, strangers at first, but now we are bonded by music. And it's just been a great deal of fun, starting again with last evening with 3 hours together, and then, 12, 13, 15 hours, 30 hours together today. No, less than that. But anyway, it's been a pleasure to be here and to work with this marvelous group together. We'll be starting with a piece called Peal of Adoration. It is a composition by Karen Thompson, and she is a native Texan as well as I, out of the Fort Worth area. And this is a fun little piece. So Peal of Adoration. Thank you. We call such folks as that bell hogs. Needs more to collect in front of it. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you so much. This next piece starts differently than most pieces might. You know, in playing handbells, there's more ways than one to skin a cat, as I say, but there's many, many more ways to ring a handbell. One wouldn't think at first, but there is. And there's even new things being invented all the time. And of the couple of dozen of different possible techniques that exist and how to make a sound happen on a handbell, the brand new one that started about 9 years ago, which is really recent. Handbells have been around since 1700. So this was a new technique called the singing bell, and it is much like the Tibetan bowl bell that is rubbed around the edge with a wooden dowel, and that is what you'll see represented on the beginning of this piece. This is give to the winds thy fears. I'll get it right in a moment. Give to the winds thy fears. You know, I didn't do this on purpose, but this next selection is composed by another Texan, Arnold Sherman. Arnold Sherman is kind of the J.S. Bach of the music world. He is extremely prolific. He has something on the range of 600 titles in publication. Just, you know, he trips over a rock and he's composed another piece. I mean, it's just crazy. He's so good at what he does. But Arnold Sherman composed this piece, if you will, this is maybe one of his early big hits, as it were. This kind of helped launch him into his composing career, Grazioso. It's got a beautiful, beautiful melodic line all the way throughout, and it just soars across the top, hopefully, out to your ears. This is Arnold Sherman's Grazioso. What we do up here, let me give you a comparison, okay? Imagine, if you would, a room of 13 grand pianos, and gave every person sitting at that grand piano two notes, that's two fingers, for which they were responsible for only. They can't play anybody else's notes, just their two notes. And then you play together at the same time, reading piano music, and somehow it all fits together. That's what we do up here. We have, each person is given 2, 3, 4, and even 8 bells to be responsible for, and then we put it all together, and it somehow comes out like music, and it's just wonderful. It's a fun thing to be doing. I would like to, he's already here, good, invite, this is Kyle Jones, who I am working on getting him a plane ticket back to Austin because I want him in our choir at our home. But we'll probably forego that. Anyway, he will be joining us on this next piece as a tenor solo part, and Ryan Caston will be joining us on the piano for this as well. This is In Bright Mansions Above. Okay, we're going to pass the plate a second time. That was worth it. Oh my gosh. So nice. Thank you so much. Yep. For my next trick, I see it. You know, I travel with 2 of these just in case something happens, so that was almost it. This next selection is a piece called Kyrie, written by Kathy Mokelbust. And as I was telling the group that, you know, a lot of music is vertical, you know, where the chords are stacked and you play chords together. And this is anything but that. This is a series of threads, a series of linear lines that truly weave together into a fabric. And that's what you'll hear on this piece. A very challenging piece musically, not as challenging rhythmically or whatever, but it's the musical aspect of this that is really, really important to do, and they're going to do a great job. This is Kyrie by Kathy Mokelbust. And we're close to the big finish here. Okay, good. Looks like you were coming for big finish. This will be the final piece, and it has truly been a pleasure to have the honor to work with all of these different groups, to get to meet and get to know a little bit Ryan and all the good folks here. He's doing just a marvelous thing putting these events on like this, and I hope you will support the efforts that they are doing with this group tonight, and the one that will happen a year from now as well. So please tell your neighbors, mark your calendars that this event will continue a year from now, bringing in even more and more wonderful folks to come as well. So again, thank you, and especially thank you for everything that y'all have given in the last day and a half. Thank you. Thank you.
If you don't mind, Bob, there's a couple people I'd like to recognize to help put on this event. First of all, I couldn't do it without my community ringers here at Community Church for their behind-the-scenes work. They have been phenomenal this past week, helping keep me sane and not going nuts. I'm excited to announce I have a new music administrator who starts tomorrow. I'm sorry, Monday. By the way, thank you, Eastminster, for sending Tangela to me. She's coming to us, to Community Church, as a new music administrator, but she's leaving Eastminster Presbyterian. Their loss is truly going to be our gain. But also, I want to thank especially the directors of the different ensembles, starting with the back row, First United Methodist Church from here in Vero Beach, Paula Van Hooser, who is their director. The front row of blue shirts, Sebastian United Methodist Church in Sebastian, Florida, their director Megan Mash. Hidden behind everybody here is Eastminster Presbyterian, their director Kyle Jones, who you heard sing. I believe he had to hightail it back to Indialantic. They have a contemporary worship service this evening that he had to go take care of and play for. So thank you, Eastminster, and please give Kyle my best. Standing behind me, First Presbyterian Church. They promised to bring more next year, and we're glad you guys are here with us. And their director, Jackie Ross. And on the other side of the chancel, the Wesley Ringers from Trinity United Methodist Church of Jensen Beach, and their director, Joyce Grubb. Thank you all for coming up this afternoon. And on behalf of Community Church, the city of Vero Beach, and all of us dinglings up here, thank you, Bob, for coming and showing us a great weekend. And let's finish this celebration with Lift High the Cross.
We'll be adding on the organ, this magnificent instrument that you've been looking at. We're going to actually get to hear it. Pat Booth on organ will be playing with us. Lift High the Cross.
Oh
so much. Feel free to come up and ask any questions of the members and just take a look at what we're doing up here. Thank you so much.